Well, I'm back. 6 months, more like 2 weeks, am I right? Just roll the intro already. That Road to Canada is a roguelike road trip simulator developed by Rocket Cat Games and Madguard, where you control up to 4 jerks, that's what the game actually calls them by the way, as they try to make it from the trenches of Florida to the border of Canada, the last safe place on Earth. On your journey, you'll be forced to fight hordes of zombies, merciless bandits, and the worst of all, these useless, moronic dipshits which you have to travel with if you don't want to get swarmed. The game is split into 2 sections, looting and driving. In the looting sections, you pick a place you want to loot and then you are dropped into a map that is either a neighborhood with the location of interest, alongside a couple of houses that have a little bit of everything, or a big maze-like building. Different locations have different stuff. For instance, the Walmarts have food, pharmacies have medical supplies, sports centers have makeshift weapons, etc. So try to plan accordingly to what you need. There are also some extremely rare areas that are very dangerous but can give unique loot, party members, or just a crap ton of food. 3 stats are important during looting: strength, fitness, and shooting. Strength and fitness serve the same purpose, which is making you able to swing your weapon more before getting tired. But there are some differences. Strength lets you pick up heavy objects and throw them at zombies. Meanwhile, high fitness allows you to get far less tired from continually swinging your weapon, even more so than strength. Sounds confusing? Well, that's kind of 'cause it is. But the gist of it is that you want to level them up equally to turn your character into a well-rounded zombie mowing machine. Shooting, on the other hand, determines your proficiency with firearms, specifically how accurate you are, as well as your chance of piercing targets and making bullets ricochet off walls. While more niche due to guns not only requiring ammo, something your AI companions love to waste for no good reason, in addition to good guns being hard to find, under the right circumstances, a well-trained shooter will prove themselves an excellent support that pairs with your stick-swinging brutes like fine wine, a steak cooked to perfection. Or well, I guess mystery meat and watered-down apple juice. Look, when our only food source is raiding abandoned grocery stores, you shouldn't exactly expect a 5-star Michelin meal from me, okay? These stats can be trained up at either random events on the road, by trainers or gym equipment, or as a reward for completing sieges, extremely hard events which forces you to hold off a horde of zombies for multiple in-game hours. If you're not careful, someone will get killed, and if things are going extremely bad, you can lose your entire party. And a little tip for sieges, it is best to bunker yourself inside a room and whack any zombie that comes through the door. Or the swing, that can happen as well, but fine, you're finally inside the car and you're driving. This is the driving section, where you use up the supplies from looting, solve problems, and try not to go insane arguing with the weirdos you picked up. The single most important thing you can get is food. It acts like a regular food system, with each of your party members eating up give or take 2 points per day, and if you don't have enough, everybody gets mad. And that's not good, because if their morale dips to 0, they'll start hurting themselves and kicking each other out, and stealing supplies and leaving. However, it also acts as your currency at trader camps, making you calculate if training a stat or getting a weapon is worth potentially starving your team. Gas is pretty simple to understand. After each event, your car takes a certain amount of fuel, depending on its type, and if you run out of fuel, you're forced to abandon the car and walk, which, in addition to being much slower, forces you to go through some of the worst events in the entire game until you find one. Actually, this gives me a great opportunity to talk a little bit more about the car. In addition to its gas running out, there's 2 more ways for you to be forced out of it, either by having your chassis breaking down or your engine. Chassis is your durability, and shouldn't be a problem unless you intentionally start ramming your car like a complete dumbass. The engine, however, is a different story. You see, the apocalypse hasn't just affected living things, it also made every car have the durability of a Yugoslavian crap bucket that has been repaired once by your Uncle Joja with a can opener and 2 copper wires that he found at work. But you're not Uncle Joja. You watched 2 YouTube tutorials in car repair, and you can keep this thing running like brand new. God damn it. Okay, just gotta try again, and there we go, purring like a kitten. Woo! Okay, back on track. Medical supplies while you heal your party members. Depending on the medical level, another stat that can be raised, this can take 4 to 1 medical supplies, and from level 4 onwards will heal 2 and even 3 hit points. Finally, there's bullets, which I don't think I need to explain. You need them to shoot guns, and there's 3 types: blue for pistols, yellow for rifles, and red for shotguns. But that's only a small fraction of what happens while you drive. The real treat are the events. Most are regular road trip / apocalypse situations, while others are more like, hey, Vsauce, Michael here. What if we carefully calculated the vectors of this geometrically impossible vortex that we found on the side of the road, and then threw you into it? Either way, most of them will force you to make some sort of a choice, whether it be something simple like choosing to skip the food toll for the day, or revealing some stats, or something a bit more complex, like robbing a completely helpless person because they have a kind of okay gun with them. Because we love stealing. Some events will test your stats, like strength or medical, and reward you greatly if you succeed, and likewise punish you if you fail. If your stats are good enough, you will even gain special options that can get you even better awards than usual. There is a catch, however. One, not all options will end well for you.
I said, let him!
And 2, most stats aren't revealed when you first recruit someone, so you have to eyeball their physical stats in combat. Or, God forbid, actually read! Why? Because there is one final stat category I neglected to mention: personality. Unlike the previous 2 categories, personality cannot be modified over time, with some extremely rare exceptions. They're mostly only useful for text events, but it more than makes up for it by being by far the most used set of stats in all of events. I'm not even joking, if you randomly select like 5 events, there's a good chance at least 3 of them will have some sort of a stat check. But that's not everything. If you have 2 specific stats, either completely maxed out or at their very bottom, you can get a specific stat combo, which, in addition to providing its own unique options, also provide an additional benefit. For instance, having the high wits and the high attitude gives your character the charming combo, which not only makes everyone's life a bit easier knowing there's a genuinely nice person on their team, but also allows you to make negotiations, as well as the kids say, rizz up shopkeepers to make them give you free stuff. On the other hand, you have irritating characters who have 0 wits and 0 attitude. These guys suck. They make everybody's life miserable, and they're better off being cannon fodder 90% of the time. With one exception. You see, irritating characters can say "cool it" in some events. This will 90% of the time result in a negative outcome. But after saying it 3 times, you will gain a charged up "cool it", which will give you incredibly powerful awards and even some things you could never be able to get otherwise. Those 2 are nothing compared to paranoid, however. Paranoid requires having high wits and low attitude. In addition to being able to reveal stats of your recruits and sniff out if someone is lying about their skills, they can bail you out of tons of situations. including most bandit events, aka events that would normally force you to either give up supplies or lose health. If you're struggling to beat the game, I cannot recommend having a paranoid character with you at the start. They will save you a ton of resources. There is also Angry Strong. But enough about stats. I'm not controlling 4 Excel spreadsheets here. These are individuals, specimen. These are people, for Pete's sake. And what kind of people can one find while traveling on the death road? Well, aside from random recruits, there are also custom characters which you make yourself and can then either start with or find randomly on the road for completely free. You can put all sorts of perks and traits on them, such as making them start with one of the previously mentioned personalities, giving them boosted stats and a better weapon right off the bat, giving them the ability to grab and throw zombies, or even increasing the chance of finding dogs, so you can fill your entire car with dogs. Speaking of dogs, they, alongside a couple of other animals, are a group of special recruits which cannot do many things like use weapons, increase their stats, or even continue to run on their own if they're not dogs. In return, however, they do take 1 less food, have some extra unique options, and, in the case of dogs, will gain the attributes of a normal human while keeping their speed if they are the last party member remaining. Finally, there are rare characters. These guys are wildcards. Some can turn your run into a complete cakewalk by their sheer presence, others can make your life a living hell, and some are gnomey. This weird gnome thing which summons rats, copies of himself, and this dude from an old mobile game the devs made every time he attacks. Look at him shilling the game, you can't even get it on most storefronts nowadays. Overall, Death Road to Canada is a great game. The balance between looting and driving makes for an overall fun and engaging experience. The text events are packed with incredibly charming and funny writing that even made me laugh out loud a couple of times. And the music? Well, there's a good reason I've been playing it the whole video, though I do wish some tracks were extended a bit. I hope you found this video enjoyable and maybe even got convinced to try the game out yourself. I'm sorry for the large gap between upload schedules. Between work and general life shenanigans, I didn't really have time to work on the video until the start of June. I hope to maybe make another video by the end of the year, but that's far from guaranteed. I have also seen that several of you complained about the last video having bad audio quality, and with the new editing software and the mic you may have noticed halfway through the video, that hopefully won't be a problem anymore. With all that being said, thank you for watching and hopefully I'll get to see you next time. Bye.